Hello, and welcome to Pale Blue Dot Narratives, the podcast that zooms in on the big stories of our little planet. This week, we're embracing the spirit of April, dodging those metaphorical raindrops of everyday news to bring you the truly fascinating stuff. That's right, we're diving deep. First up, we're exploring the surprising world of tiny titans' mighty impact, Krill's unsung role in locking away carbon. You might think of krill as just whale food, but these tiny crustaceans are actually carbon-wrangling superheroes. We'll uncover how their daily lives, and yes, their contributions, play a crucial role in keeping our planet's carbon cycle in balance. It's a story of microscopic might with massive implications. From the microscopic to the cutting edge, we'll then turn our attention to the regenerative revolution, unlocking the therapeutic potential of stem cells. This isn't science fiction anymore. We'll explore how stem cell therapies are poised to transform medicine and the latest breakthroughs and the ethical questions that come with them. And finally, we'll take a step back, way back, with eyes in the sky. How satellites are watching over Earth. From deforestation to melting ice caps, satellites are our silent guardians, providing a crucial perspective on our planet's health. We'll explore the incredible technology that allows us to monitor Earth from space and the vital data these eyes in the sky provide. So, buckle up, grab your virtual umbrella, and get ready to explore the interconnected systems that shape our world. From the smallest of creatures to the vastness of space, it's all happening here on Pale Blue Dot Narratives. Stay tuned. Welcome to Eco Insights. We uncover the science behind the natural world and their impact on our planet. Today, we're venturing into the icy waters of the Southern Ocean to explore a crucial yet often overlooked player in the fight against climate change. The humble krill. Yes, krill. These tiny crustaceans, particularly the Antarctic krill, form vast swarms that dominate the Southern Ocean ecosystem. And while we often focus on the carbon-absorbing power of forests and mangroves, mounting evidence underscores the significant contribution of these creatures to natural carbon sequestration. So how do these tiny animals help combat climate change? It all starts with the base of the Antarctic food web, phytoplankton. These microscopic plants absorb CO2 from the atmosphere during photosynthesis. Krill, voracious grazers, consume this carbon-rich biomass. But the story doesn't end there. Key mechanism in krill's carbon sequestration prowess lies in their fecal pellets. Relatively large and dense packages of undigested material sink rapidly through the water column, carrying captured carbon down to the deep ocean. This vertical transport effectively removes carbon from the surface waters, storing it in the deep sea for potentially centuries. Their molted exoskeletons shed by krill as they grow, and their dead bodies also contribute to this downward flux of carbon. The sheer biomass of Antarctic krill population is estimated to be comparable to the total biomass of all humans on Earth, amplifying the scale of this carbon export. This natural process, driven by the biological activity of organisms, like krill, is known as the biological carbon pump. Studies suggest that Antarctic krill alone are responsible for sequestering at least 20 million tons of carbon annually into the deep ocean through their waste products. That's a staggering figure, underscoring the immense impact of these seemingly insignificant creatures. But this delicate balance is under threat. Climate change, with its associated reductions in sea ice, a vital habitat for larval krill, poses a significant risk. Ocean acidification, caused by the absorption of excess atmospheric CO2, can also impact krill physiology and survival. Additionally, the pressures of krill fishing could further decimate populations, weakening this critical carbon sink. The implications for climate action are clear. Understanding and protecting krill populations is not just an ecological imperative, it's a crucial aspect of global climate action. Disrupting this natural carbon sequestration process could have far-reaching consequences, potentially exacerbating the effects of climate change. As our investigation into biological carbon sequestration mechanisms continues, the remarkable contribution of krill serves as a powerful reminder that even the smallest organisms can play an outsized role in the planet's intricate climate system. Future research will undoubtedly continue to unveil the full extent of their impact and inform strategies for their conservation in a rapidly changing world. Thank you for joining us on Eco Insights. Tune in next time as we delve into another fascinating scientific discovery. Until then, stay curious. Welcome to Health Beats, where we explore cutting-edge innovations transforming healthcare. Today, we're diving into the incredible world of stem cells. These tiny powerhouses hold the key to revolutionary therapies, but also present some complex challenges. So, what exactly are stem cells? Simply put, they're undifferentiated cells with the unique ability to both self-renew, meaning they can divide and create more stem cells, and differentiate, transforming into specialized cell types like heart, brain, or skin cells. This remarkable plasticity is what makes them so valuable for repairing damaged tissues and potentially curing diseases. The world of stem cells is diverse. We often hear about a few key types in research. Embryonic stem cells, ESCs, come from early-stage embryos and are pluripotent, meaning they can become any cell type in the body. Their potential is vast, but their use has raised ethical debates. Adult stem cells, somatic stem cells, reside in specific tissues like bone marrow or skin and are typically multipotent, meaning they can only differentiate into a limited range of cell types within their tissue of origin. They're crucial for tissue maintenance and repair. Induced pluripotent stem cells, iPSCs, are a game changer. Scientists can now reprogram adult cells like skin cells to revert to a pluripotent state, essentially creating cells similar to ESCs. This avoids the ethical issues of ESCs and allows us to create patient-specific stem cells, but the reprogramming process is still being refined. Now, how can these stem cells be used to treat diseases? The applications are wide-ranging and truly exciting. Regenerative medicine is perhaps the most well-known application. Stem cells can be used to replace or repair damaged tissues caused by injury or disease. Think about growing new heart tissue after a heart attack or repairing damaged nerves and spinal cord injury. Scientists can also use patient-derived stem cells to create models of diseases in a dish. For example, researchers can create neurons from patients with Alzheimer's disease to study the disease's progression and test potential drugs. Furthermore, stem cells can be used to create human-relevant cell models for testing new drugs. This can help us identify promising drug candidates and predict potential side effects more accurately than traditional animal models. This leads us to the concept of stem cell therapy. At its core, it involves transplanting stem cells into a patient to repair or replace damaged cells or tissues. The most established stem cell therapy is hematopoietic stem cell transplantation, HSCT, commonly known as bone marrow transplantation. This has been used for decades to treat blood cancers like leukemia and lymphoma. But the field is moving far beyond that. Researchers are exploring stem cell therapies for a wide range of conditions, including heart disease, neurological disorders, and even osteoarthritis. While many of these therapies are still in clinical trials, the early results are promising. The future of stem cell therapy is brimming with possibilities. Here are a few exciting areas of development. Tools like CRISPR-Cas9 allow us to precisely modify stem cells, correcting disease-causing genes or enhancing their therapeutic properties. Scientists are also learning how the microenvironment surrounding stem cells, called the niche, influences their behavior. This knowledge will help us create better conditions for stem cell transplantation. A major challenge is preventing the patient's immune system from rejecting transplanted cells. Researchers are exploring various strategies, such as creating universal donor cells. To make stem cell therapies widely available, we need to develop efficient and cost-effective ways to produce large quantities of high-quality stem cells. We're also seeing exciting new applications, such as using organoids, miniature 3D models of organs grown from stem cells, for disease research and drug testing, and exploring stem cells to combat aging and infectious diseases. Of course, with such powerful technology comes significant challenges and ethical considerations. We need to address ethical concerns, particularly regarding the use of embryonic stem cells and the genetic modification of iPSCs. Safety is paramount. We need to ensure that stem cell therapies are safe and don't lead to complications like tumor formation. Ensuring the quality and consistency of stem cell products is crucial, and we need to find ways to make these therapies affordable and accessible to all patients who need them. Finally, rigorous clinical trials are essential to demonstrate the safety and effectiveness of any new stem cell therapy. Despite these challenges, the field of stem cell research is advancing at an incredible pace. The potential to revolutionize medicine and treat diseases that were once considered incurable is within our grasp. Welcome to Tech Threads, where we explore the fascinating world of technology. Today we're looking up, way up into space, where some of the most important tools for understanding our planet are quietly orbiting above us. These tools are called remote sensing satellites. These are satellites that take pictures and collect data about the Earth from space. These satellites are equipped with powerful sensors that can see in ways our eyes can't, like detecting heat, moisture, vegetation health, or even tiny changes in land elevation. They can observe forests, oceans, cities, farmlands, you name it, and they do it every day from hundreds of kilometers above. Let's talk about how they actually work. Some satellites act like super cameras, using sunlight to reflect off the Earth's surface, which they then capture in different wavelengths. These are called passive sensors. Others send out their own signals, like radar, and measure how those signals bounce back. That allows them to see even at night or through thick clouds. These are active sensors, and they're really handy during storms or in dark polar regions. There are also different kinds of orbits for different purposes. Polar orbiting satellites pass over different parts of the planet as the Earth spins underneath, eventually covering the entire globe. These are great for detailed monitoring of land use, farming, or climate change. Then you have geostationary satellites, which hover over one fixed spot, watching things like hurricanes or wildfire smoke in near real time. But why does all of this matter to us on the ground? Well, satellites are quietly shaping your life, whether you realize it or not. For instance, that weather forecast you checked this morning? Satellite data. Farmers use satellite images to monitor their crops. Emergency teams use them to assess flood or wildfire damage. Even city planners use satellite maps to track urban sprawl and plan future development. And then there's the environmental side. Satellites help track deforestation, melting glaciers, shrinking lakes, you name it. They've become essential tools in understanding and fighting climate change. Let me give you a few real-world examples. The Landsat program in the US has been observing the Earth since 1972. That's over 50 years of continuous imagery, making it the longest-running Earth observation program in history. Landsat has helped us track deforestation in the Amazon, monitor glacier retreat, and even study urban heat islands. Then there's Europe's Sentinel satellites, part of the Copernicus program. These are like environmental watchdogs, constantly monitoring air quality, water pollution, and land changes, and the data is free and open to everyone. India's Cartosat satellites, meanwhile, are known for their high-resolution imaging. They've been used for mapping, agricultural planning, and disaster relief, especially in areas hit by floods or earthquakes. And let's not forget the private players. Planet Labs, for example, operates a fleet of tiny satellites that image the Earth every single day. Their data is used in everything from insurance to conservation to supply chain tracking. What's really exciting is where this is all going. Satellites are getting smaller, cheaper, and smarter. With AI and machine learning, we're now able to process huge amounts of satellite data almost instantly. That means we can detect wildfires within minutes of ignition. We can monitor illegal mining or fishing as it happens. We can help farmers prepare for droughts before the crops even show signs of stress. It's like having a live global dashboard for the planet. So next time you look up at the sky, just remember, there's a whole network of silent sentinels. Up there, keeping watch. They're not just tools of science, they're eyes in the sky helping us protect, understand, and better manage the only home we've got. And that brings us to the end of another journey across our pale blue dot. This week, we marveled at the immense power of the tiny krill in combating climate change, glimpsed the future of medicine through the lens of stem cell research, and gained a new appreciation for the satellites that watch over our ever-changing planet. It's a reminder that our world is a complex and interconnected web, and there's always something new and amazing to discover. Thanks for joining us as we explore these fascinating stories. If you found this episode interesting, feel free to share it and check out the show notes for further details. Until next time, keep exploring the wonders of our pale blue dot.